You are listening to Changes Big and Small. This is Damianne, your host, as we explore what makes change exhilarating. Each episode, we'll explore how you can create freedom in your life by embracing change. You can find several interviews in the previous weeks. I intersperse interviews with research and challenges to help you make changes in your life. I'm excited to have you listening to the episode this week, and I hope that you'll join at least one of the challenges presented or create your own. Let's get started. Last week, Sue and I talked about the major change that she is currently experiencing. She shared how she tries to find her authentic self, particularly by writing and practicing reflection using photos that she takes. This helps her find out what feels right for her and what does not. We've also discussed this theme of self-awareness in several previous episodes. In episode 2, Bogdan Kopil talked about the importance of clarity and communication. Annie Koshi in episode 3 shared the journey that she took to be able to face fear and make changes in her life. Ryan Malone in episode 5 and Emily Slyman in episode 6 share how you can find the thing that you love by saying yes to something new and different. In episode 9 and 10, I share resources that you can use to build your self-awareness. And in episode 13, Christina Communion shared some strategies for overcoming fear and getting what you want. As Sue said, a major part of dancing gracefully with change is overcoming fear and having trust in things working out. So how can we overcome fear and develop trust? Sue shared that she has a therapist to help her with change. Other interviewees have mentioned working with coaches. Those are both great options. If you're not able to get a coach or a therapist for whatever reason, there are other resources that you can use. Today, I'm going to focus on the work of the clinical psychologist, Dr. Stephen C. Hayes. I've chosen to focus on his work because it's well researched. He also has a book and a number of free online resources that you can start with today. What is ACT? Dr. Hayes' work is on acceptance and commitment therapy. I was familiar already with cognitive behavior therapy from working with a therapist in the past, but ACT was new to me. While CBT focuses on control, ACT focuses on acceptance. As part of ACT, people clarify their individual values. ACT helps people move from fear, the acronym. It stands for Fusion with Your Thoughts, Evaluation of Experience, Avoidance of Your Experience, and Reason Given for Your Behavior. ACT replaces fear with ACT. That fits right in with the focus of this podcast with our bias for action, because ACT stands for Accept Your Reactions and Be Present, Choose a Valued Direction, Take Action. By looking at the acronyms FEAR and ACT, you can see that the goal is to move from defensiveness and avoidance to acceptance and change. Dr. Hayes presents 6 skills in his ACT toolkit: diffusion, acceptance, presence, self, values, and committed action. You can find information about each of these skills on his website to get started. For each skill, there are 3 tools. That provides 18 tools that you can choose from. Dr. Hayes suggests starting with a few of his tools and then focusing on them until they become automatic. Then you can add on a new skill. From the list, I noticed that I already do several of those. For example, I like to play the impossible game. Here's how you play. Whenever you feel resistance about doing something that you know is useful, could you playfully challenge yourself to do it? Could you make it fun? If so, play the game. I'm also interested in the presence tools. One of them is to sit with your eyes at a 45-degree angle with a soft focus and take some deep breaths. If your mind wanders, bring it back to your breath. Another is to do an action at half the speed you usually do it. There are 4 more skills and 15 tools overall that I have not mentioned here. So this week's challenge is to look through the 6 skills and choose which one you'll focus on this week. Go with the one that calls to you or the one you feel the greatest resistance towards. Once you've decided on the skill, read through the 3 tools and choose one to practice this week. The idea is that you will keep using your tool past this week, but remember that change starts with one small step. So let's start by using the tool today to develop the skill in the long run. If you're looking for the next level and you want an extended challenge, or you could do both of them, the book is actually necessary for the full picture of the ACT method. So I've just ordered A Liberated Mind, How to Pivot Towards What Matters by Dr. Hayes. Are you interested in reading the book as well? If so, please join the Changes Big and Small Facebook group where we can discuss what we're learning as we read the book. I'll be reading along. Thank you for listening to this episode. If you've enjoyed the episode or have any questions or comments, please let me know. You can reach me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or by filling out the contact form on the website. I'd especially like it if you would join the Changes Big and Small Facebook community. I share additional resources there, and I would love to support you in your change journey. I hope you'll join the challenge this week. And please share the episode with someone else. Every time I see even one more listen, that inspires me to keep creating the podcast. I appreciate you going on this journey with me. And to end, as always, remember that change begins with one small step. Have a great week.